What's up? Welcome to the Virzi Triplet Show. This week, welcoming back to the pod, comedian Jeff Leach, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
YouTube and Times Square starred with his Comedy Spectacular, which everybody should check out on YouTube.
Times Square star. That is a credit. That's a made-up credit, really, isn't it?
Dude, that looks so cool.
You featured on a Times Square billboard.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Thank you, man. It was certainly nice. It's a little life achievement ticked off, innit? I want my face in Times Square. That was cool. It was up there for a week. So that
Also,
was
I
good.
like that you had the QR code on there too. That was really smart.
Let's see how many people clicked it. None, I imagine. How many tourists are walking around Times Square? Do you know what I mean? Just like, oh wow, look at that. Oh, I'm gonna definitely QR that.
Have
and watch
you
this.
seen how many cameras are there? There's a good amount.
They gotta fend off getting mugged by a Mickey Mouse mascot out there. It's a little dangerous.
Exactly.
It's like in Vegas, same thing. Was that always the plan though? Were you always gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it up in Times Square?
I wanted to try and do that. I originally reached out to because it's just marketing, boys. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So I looked at the billboards. I reached out to the companies that booked them and asked them how much, and there was no way that I could have afforded that billboard.
Yeah.
It was #1 Times Square, so it's like 200 feet long. It's the biggest one out there, and I think it was like, I don't know, certainly it was like over 150,000 for the week or something,
Jesus.
which I could never afford.
Yeah.
But I sucked a couple of dicks.
Nice.
And now I got it for a week. No, I did some favors. I helped a guy out who was in a difficult place at one point in his life. He was a good friend. And when he saw the Spectacular, he was like, I want to help you spread the message on this. Have you thought about billboards? I was like, yeah, too expensive. And he was like, let me have a few words. And he had a few words. He came back to me and he had a better price. And I was like, all right, well, that's doable.
Hell yeah, man.
That's dope.
Yeah, thanks. You've got to invest in yourself. At a certain point, this is where I'm at now, I'm at that point where I'm desperately trying to see if it's possible to have mainstream success of comedy projects or any kind of artistic project without having the backing of a platform or a huge agency.
I definitely think you
Behind
can.
you.
I mean, Scholes was the original.
Schultzy did it first.
He had that original game plan. It's like now he's selling out Madison Square Garden.
Well, actually, Dane Cook did it first.
True,
didn't he?
that's true.
He,
He did
had
it on
some
MySpace.
money he had some money in his bank account. He's the model that I think everyone, not necessarily for comedy itself, but
the money's in his brother's bank account.
Oh, was it? Is his brother super? Oh, did he rip him off? And take
Oh
his
yeah,
cash?
his brother.
I remember there was a story. Wow, his own brother, biological brother.
$15 million he stole from him.
I could see this one doing
Wow.
Absolutely not.
How did he find out? He audited him, did he, at some point? He thought something was up.
His brother did his finances, so he just managed all the money, and it was just like, hey man, once Dane Cook got really, really big, they're like, hey, they want to kind of switch a couple of things over to the new manager. Can you just like give him some of the stuff? And he's like, yeah, okay. He's like, we're going to do big things together. And then his brother took all the money and ran.
Just siphoned it off. Yep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Where did he move to? Is he in Cuba somewhere?
Oh, no, he's
right
in jail.
now?
I think he's in jail, yeah.
Oh,
He had to testify against his own brother and put his brother away in jail.
damn.
Yeah. Well, his brother was the piece of shit, stole the money.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, even if my sister took 15 million from me, I don't know if I could send her to prison.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd want the money back.
You're already yeah. I'd say you got to give me that cash back, but like I don't want you to serve a sentence.
Yeah.
I'm sure that happened first.
What's that?
That
He asked for the money back, and he went, "Sorry, I spent it all on cocaine and hookers,
Before
so
I called the police.
What do you want me to do?" Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That one's an interesting story. Is there any like really bad other family stories where they just steal all the money from them?
I love the child actors.
Well, I want to see what
Gary
happens with you three
Coleman.
when you guys, like, eventually, when you pop to the stratospheric heights that you will.
Thank you.
When that happens, I want to know who do you think is the most likely out of the three of you to rip the other two off?
Right there, Alex.
Oh, you're all
100%
pointing
Alex.
at different people.
100% Alex.
That's
beautiful.
horseshit.
Every single one of you
Alex.
pointed at a different person, except no one pointed at you, my brother, which means you are the most trustworthy of all.
No,
Yes.
if anything,
I'm a
he's the
simple
most
man.
likely to. Mitchell's just cheap, so I assumed he would be the
You know
one.
what? I have this-
No. Actually, I stand. Sean has been.
I've had a bad rep for years that I've been cheap, and I'm not.
Why, Mitchell? What have you done?
Okay, back in the day, I was cheap. When we were like first starting comedy. Did I?
What do you mean? What does that mean? I'm cheap. Like you wouldn't pick up the tabs for drinks when you guys were out after a show.
I would have all the receipts and I'd keep
You
track
don't
of stuff.
tip?
He would.
we
be
always
like,
tip.
"Well,
No.
I drove, so you have to do gas and depreciation on my car."
Yeah, he would say
That kind of-
appreciation on his car.
as
Okay.
a joke. I said,
Okay.
But there was a period where I was writing at Panera every day, and instead of paying for a new cup, I would just bring the same cup from the days
Wow.
before.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
just-
cheap.
It was pretty cheap.
So
yeah.
much so that Panera Bread caught onto it and then made a sign and they put up every day that said
No, one of
only
the-
one time.
I
only
like
for
the idea
cup.
that, you know, in stores when people rip the store off, they put a photo of the person up there, and then you guys can't ever go into Panera Bread
Yeah,
ever
yeah, pretty
again
much.
because
Happened.
his face is up there. And
Well-
they're like, I didn't know it's you, isn't it?
The manager did have to have a conversation with me where they're like, you
Wow.
can't keep using the same cup, which is embarrassing. I think I was 26 when that happened.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there's things that I will be cheap about, but things that I won't be cheap about. Like I have the most clothes.
This is how he covers himself. So if
Yeah.
any women are watching this podcast,
Yes.
they know.
Okay,
He's like,
okay.
I might be cheap with my brothers and my work,
That-
but when it comes to treating a lady,
You know what?
go all out.
I will say Mitchell is a free meal.
Oh,
If
yeah?
a girl, if you go out with Mitchell, you are getting a free meal and free
I
drinks.
usually this is where
because
I'm-
he's a sucker, not because he's a nice guy.
This is where I'm not
He's
cheap. I will
desperate
pay for the first.
To
I will
get
pay
laid.
for the first 3 dates.
That's just always what it's been.
I think a man, if you ask a lady out on a date, I do think you should pay for the date.
Yes.
If you
He
say, I want to take you
does
out,
it.
and if she says to you, hey, I want to take you out in the next one, I'm going to take you to go do
Never
something
happened.
fun.
They
No?
don't,
You
do
should
that.
pay
They
for
don't
it.
do that.
Well,
Not
then
Los
you're not
Angeles.
dating the right women.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've had
you want a
that.
woman who's got her own shit sorted, you know?
Yeah, I've had that and they take you out. Yeah, it's nice.
No
Yeah.
one's ever
Every-
taken you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you have sex with them, and then they leave some money in an envelope on the side
I'll take
table.
that.
Little
That'll
cab
say,
fare.
Get out. Yes, miss. Like, yeah.
What is the thing? What is the item that you've ever bought that you've been absolutely cheap about? Some
What?
people are like cheap with
I'm
that,
not
you wanna
cheap,
say
man.
that?
I had a really weird relationship with money because, like, I've had some of it. I've never been filthy rich. Like, you know, I've never been even multi-millionaire rich. You know.
Yeah.
But there's points where I've had like lots of money through TV in the UK when I was DJing. I got a load of money. Then when I was on BBC, I had a load of money. And I spent it all on dumb shit. My relationship with money was very fiscal irresponsibility. So I would like spend everything on 9 times out of 10 other people. So it would be
Yeah.
girls I was taking on dates or going traveling with friends or whatever. Oh, I'll get the flights or I'll do this when I had money. Because I was desperately insecure and trying to show off and make
Yeah.
myself appear more successful than maybe I really was.
Is there anything you would never buy name brand? Like, is there anything that you would always buy, like the generic?
I mean, I
cheapest?
shop at Costco. There's nothing wrong with a
Yeah,
Costco.
Costco's
But Costco,
fantastic.
if you're getting the right stuff from Costco, you're getting quality for a good price.
Yes,
You know, I'm not in there buying trash. I'm in there, you know, I go in there, I get my organic chickens.
Yeah.
You know, I get, let me get a pack of the chicken meat. You know, as long as it's organic, it's got no injections in it, no antibiotics.
Yeah.
We're safe. We're good. We're gravy.
We've always said Kirkland signature is a flex.
Ah, I mean, come
100%.
on. Listen, when I used to be an alcoholic, back when I used to try and drink myself to death, I used to get the 2-liter bottles of Kirkland vodka, right?
Yeah, $15.
Which $15,
It's
$14.99. Let's not undersell it. And those, you know, that vodka is exactly the same as Grey Goose vodka. It's
Yes.
brewed in the same distillery. It's exactly the same liquid. Exactly the same liquid. It's just in a different bottle.
For $30 cheaper.
Not even $30.
Less.
The Grey Goose, the
Wasn't
2-liter ones are much more than that.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
like
like-
something like $70 or $80.
Yeah, much
Jesus.
less. Yeah.
So you're paying a quarter of the price or a fifth of the price, maybe, for the same product. Now that's a deal. I
Yeah.
like a deal, but I'm not cheap. Like if
Yeah.
someone goes, you know, oh, if I've had a beautiful meal, I'm always throwing down 20% tip. I can't believe
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
tip. That's disgusting. That's going to lose
no,
you
I
more
do tip.
dates.
I do
Wow,
tip.
that's
I do
not
tip.
what the word
Jeff,
on the
we've
street
been,
is.
to, we've
Early
been to
on.
dinner together. I tipped.
We did go to the dinner.
Did you
That's
pay?
true.
Did you pay? It was on the Triplet card.
It was on
That's
the
not you
Triplet
pay.
card,
But
yeah.
did you sign it? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
Nah, it sounds like probably me.
Yeah, we went for Korean barbecue. It was beautiful.
We did,
It was like a
yeah.
3. I felt like, you know that famous meme of like that little white chick standing with like 7 gigantic black men who are about to have sex with her in a pornography film. I felt a bit like that. It was the opposite way around. I felt like Snow White and 3 muscular dwarfs who are about to fuck the shit out of her after our Korean barbecue.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much what it was.
I was pretty upset that not one of you suggested I come back after the meal. So
I
it's all right. Whatever.
That's all right. Well, we want to. That's
We're gonna wind
we're
it
doing
down.
after this. We
Yeah.
just
Third
wanna-
date, maybe
we're
the
gonna wind
third
it
date.
down.
It's the
Yeah.
third date we
We
get
don't
that.
fuck on the first date,
Yeah.
Jeff. We wait. We have to prepare ourselves.
Well, you
Exactly.
don't fuck on the first date.
I don't usually fuck on the first date. No, I don't.
No, we know.
I like to get to know somebody.
You're that guy.
You
don't.
no, you
I
do
like
it
to
the
get to know
right
some-
way. It's like first date, maybe kissing, maybe a
Yeah.
kiss on the first date. Second date is anal, and third date is when you have penetrative
There you go.
sex
Yes, yeah.
vaginally.
Yeah, you got to make sure
you guys?
God gets his for you
Exactly.
can't go asshole's fine, poop hole loophole.
I've
and
read the
then-
Bible. There's plenty of sodomy in there.
Yeah, of course. Well, I've never been like a one night stand guy either. So it's like that just kind of checks out. That's not
You
my
know
thing.
what though? That's good.
Yeah.
I recently just went through a breakup, literally in the last few weeks,
Oh, shit. I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
dude.
no worries. Yeah, it's all right. But it's really weird because it's been 5 years of being, and I was engaged. I was going to get married next year. We were planning the wedding and everything. So it's very strange. Yeah, kind of going back into the single life. It's scary. It's super scary.
It
actually.
is terrifying, yeah.
I didn't realize at the age of 39, 5 years of a relationship, it's just like, wow. I have no energy. I was in a bar last night celebrating my dad's, it was 1 year anniversary of my dad's death last night. So we went out. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on and
tough couple weeks.
I just thought I'd come on and depress you guys.
No.
Is that what the wardrobe is?
Get it out. I had
tonight will be the night I will fall for you.
Do I look emo? I do look a little bit emo.
You are dressed up like one of your characters from the comedy spectacular. You're literally wearing the same thing, pretty much.
You are right. But I went out to dance. I was like, I want to go out and be happy and be joyful and like kind of be around friends and celebrate his memory rather than commiserate the loss. And there was a lot of very attractive women at this thing. It's a cool dance spot, and it's like in Hollywood, and they're all sexy, and they're all dancers as well, so their bodies are slamming. It's just like insane. And I was watching my boy walk around. Max Kestenbaum, another comedian here in LA.
I met him a couple times.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and he was working the room. Like, this man is a pro. He was going up and talking to women at the bar, and hey, what's up?
He's a very energetic guy.
Yeah, he was also just like, he's just in the zone of the dating world. And I was watching it, I was petrified. I was like, there's no way I'm walking up to any of these people and saying hello to them. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's also like, that's a pretty quick turnaround. If it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been like almost 3 weeks maybe. Like.
And also the anniversary. Between those two things, that's a lot on you, bud.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd hooked up with the girls last night and we were having sex and I started crying halfway through, just like, I miss my daddy, that would have been an off-putting start to any relationship, I imagine.
Yeah,
but I feel you on the dating one person.
Yes.
I never used to, and now I'm in that place, and I was prior to my relationship. Like, I'd given up all the apps, and really, dating with intention is a hard thing for dudes to do because we're so encouraged to just fuck, to date to fuck.
Yeah.
I date with the intention to fuck.
That's it. So you're going into it just to have sex. You're just looking for casual hookups, and if something naturally occurs, we go with it or not.
He won't have the date unless it's agreed upon.
Yeah, I'm always very direct about like, hey, if I'm just looking for like friends with benefits, but I don't want to bang a bunch of girls. I just want a stable, like, this is not going to go anywhere.
You're still a little bit in your fuckboy phase, aren't you?
A little bit. Honestly,
that phrase, bang a bunch of girls. Yeah. That's just that wording in itself is a little bit like, if I'm in a phrase where honestly, I want to just smash the back doors in of some beautiful ladies,
I would be more open to a relationship now than in the past couple of years.
I think it's interesting because out of the three of you, I would say you look like the sweetest. You look like you're the one who dates. He's got it's just like it's the slightly longer hair. He's got more.
I am the sweetest, but I also say I will speak poorly and say like plow them out and stuff, and that makes
bang a bunch.
Yeah,
whereas you two look more jockey. You got kind of more like I think,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
they do. They look more like bros.
He's the softer one of the group.
If one of you, if I had to guess out of the three of you which one was in the arts and which two were like blue collar working men, I would put you in the arts.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm trying to be an actor in Hollywood, whereas these guys are like, I woke up at 5 a.m. and did some oil rigging.
Maybe that's my hair.
I'm a blue collar guy. Yeah, that's right.
Because two people yesterday said like, "Oh my gosh, do you do like any acting or anything? Because you look like Joey from Friends." And I'm like, I wonder if it's my hair being a little longer or something. But
you're very actory sideburns right now.
Yeah.
They're a little thick Eugene Levy.
I don't want to cut anything.
Yeah, you look like a rapist from the 70s show. Do you know what I mean? You look like you could have been.
You're Danny Masterson. Thank you.
A part of Danny Masterson's cult.
I have a cultish.
You have a cultish, artistic kind of vibe.
That's what people are doing. That's how people are succeeding now. They're creating fucking cults. We were talking about Matt Rife before we started the podcast. Chris D'Elia obviously famously has been outed for his cultish behaviours and alleged assaults.
Jeff, you would crush at being a cult.
You would be a great
cult leader. You're so charming. You would be perfect at it.
Here's the deal. Yes, I agree with you. I think I would kill it. I'm a great orator and I'm good at leading people down an adventurous path. However, here's what I've done. I've done enough mushrooms now over the last year. Like, I've had 3 major ego deaths, heavy psilocybin trips.
We were talking about this. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that's all right. I was going to say, once you kill your own ego a few times, you realize you're not that fucking important. You're not at the center. I'm not the protagonist of this story. I'm just a tiny little... We're all tiny side players. We're all the protagonists and side players, if that makes sense. Tiny shards of energy from one giant energy. That's all it is.
Okay.
Whether you call it a god or a spirit or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Or maybe it's just a simulation like quantum physicists believe. And so once you understand that, you realize that your place of growth and success and evolution, like your personal evolution, is just your story. You can't teach other people how to do those things. So when I see people like Russell Brand forming this, like, I am a guru now. I learned from my master and my guru, and now I'm a guru to you, and I'm telling you what you need to know and leading you down the right path. I go, of course you're trying to build a cult, because that process of evolution of the self is a very personal one that you cannot teach someone to do. You can guide them in the right way. I love that. I spat and then called them.
That was very polite.
That's how sweet I am, guys.
You're such a great orator. You spill it everywhere.
See, there's chaos and there's order, and that's the beauty of the cosmos.
Yeah.
But for real, whenever I see one of these guys, like when I see people start creating, all right, my babies, you know, like Chris D'Elia's like my little babies, and come on, we got a cult here. We're a cult. We're a following. We're a, you know, when I see people doing that, I go, yeah, you definitely are building an army to protect yourself from something. Because
it's a weird, the cultish stuff.
You're
I
like
love that.
Truly enlightened people don't try and teach others. They just get on with it. They know they're already, that's what it is.
You're like, you and Russell Brand are like two, you're both good, but both on different parts of the spectrum. You're like the moral good, and he's like
you
the
calling
chaotic
me
good.
autistic? What's happening?
No. But I'm saying, like,
in the nicest way possible.
You're like,
I mean, hey, I know a lot of cool
You're
people with
like
autism. I'm not mocking autism. You just told me I'm on a spectrum. That's all.
No, there's a compass. Excuse me, a moral compass. Yes, morally good, chaotic good. That's I would separate you.
You
like
think Russell Brand is chaotic good?
I haven't heard enough of him.
I like, first of all, that you're using Dungeons and Dragons terms for this. This is very cool.
No, it's a moral like there's nine categories.
Jeff just sounded really deep and like eloquent, and then you just came in and just
not at all. I think you sound great. It's all right. Listen, hey, don't shit on him.
That's my role.
This is what I do every time I come on your podcast. I like to like pitch you against one another bit by
That's
bit.
Our life.
We've had multiple conversations with Jeff. Jeff has told us before podcast, hey, let's try not to have an argument this time. Because it always ends as us arguing about some shit.
Last week it was me by myself, like us three by ourselves. I delve into like what I'm going through in my id and my ego, and they did that right there.
He was kind of having an ego death on the pod.
Yes,
oh, wow.
and Alex was
completely
disregarding it.
Trying to kill his ego.
It was Sean has been working on more healthy habits recently.
Okay.
And I've been sober.
Oh yeah? How long?
Almost a month now.
That's congratulations,
Thank
man.
you.
That's really good.
Thank you.
Are you sober because you struggle to be, or because
There was
you
an
just want?
incident.
Okay, yeah. So you've done enough things where you've made yourself feel stupid through drinking, and you're like, maybe it's time to give
For
it
a little bit,
a break. Yeah.
For a little bit.
Mate, you might find that what I did, you might find the same thing, that you give up for a bit just to get yourself and reset, and then you go, actually, my life is enhanced by this. I might just stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think there's so many things that I think. We could talk for hours about the controlled state of all people on this planet, you know?
Yeah. Or pitting each other.
You
pitting
can
us
talk
against
about
each
it,
other.
yeah.
No, but I mean, that happens at a macro level, pitting each other against each other. Oh, you got to hate this person because they're black and you're white. Oh, you got to hate this person because they're gay and you're straight. You got to hate this person because you vote right and they vote left. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. And the new thing's going to be aliens versus us. That's what they're built. They're drip feeding that information through.
They're leaking it shortly.
They are. They're dripping it through. Like 120 vessels recovered. 120 in America alone. 120 vessels.
That's a lot.
Yeah, UAFs. They're called UAFs now.
UAFs.
But you calling him artsy fartsy or whatever, that, and saying we're blue collar, that's very disrespectful for him.
Oh, really?
Not
Because
really.
you feel like
He feels like he always
he's a part of a union.
No, he always describes himself as rugged.
Oh,
so
yeah.
for you to say he's the artsy one and us
I
to say he's blue
mean,
collar,
you're not rugged. You've
It's
got
hard
like,
to be rugged when you have dimples, I will say.
Yeah.
I immediately smiled and had
a
dimples.
mustard shirt on.
yeah, and I immediately wanted
It's a
you
good
to cook
undershirt.
some cookies in a little cutesy bunny outfit.
This is
and
my
maybe just cuddle and talk about Phoenix.
wholesome holiday season vibe right now.
I like it. You look great,
Thank
man.
you. What a sweet.
But you definitely don't look like blue collar. Your hands are too fucking nicely manicured, too soft. There's like no calluses. There's no.
There
Even
is
my
calluses.
hands are more fucked up than you. I got
They have a
scars
sh- they-
across them and all
okay,
sorts.
they have
They
a
do have
bunch
a
of fucking-
shine.
you have
They
a bunch
do
of
have a
ring
shine
on
on
them.
your hands right now.
Well, I did shower
Oh,
in
and
lotion.
he's been shaving his hands. I don't know
I
if
did
you
shave
are
my
familiar.
hands.
He doesn't. He shaves
they
his
were
hands.
too hairy, so
he thinks
I
he's
just shaved
Bro,
them.
I got hairy hands.
Look at it.
Listen,
Man hands right here. Boom, boom.
We've
You know
started
those.
so many subject matters and we haven't finished not one of these off. There's
You're
so
right.
many threads
Sorry.
here. We're going to bring it round. Let's talk about body hair, right? As a
Okay,
man,
sure.
because this is. I'm sure your viewers want to know about this. What's your body hair routine? Tell me.
I shave everything off that's not my armpit and legs.
Wow.
Yeah,
everything.
He's bald eagle.
I literally just shaved this morning. I was shaving my.
So your
my
penis
pubes.
and testicles looks like
They
a
look-
child's genitals.
Yes.
except for way bigger.
No, well, I was gonna say,
No,
technically-
I literally just shaved this morning, so they look. I look very clean.
He's
right
like a
now.
porpoise.
wait, hang on a second.
I look like a
understand
Thanksgiving
the trimming, even like making the balls smooth. I get that. Ball hair is not attractive. It's not. No woman wants that in her mouth.
All shaved.
But you take the top off as well. Just-
All shaved. Yep, it looks like a Thanksgiving turkey right
Jeff,
now.
I'm the same. I think the same way.
Can I
I
be
think
honest?
it's crazy.
I think
That's
most
crazy.
women would think the same way. That if you pulled your fucking perfectly smooth, it would look like a what's it? Like a mole rat's nose. It's like it's gonna look like a little hairless fucking. What are those hairless cats called? A sphinx cat.
cat,
yeah.
It's gonna look like an
Sphinx
old
cat.
wrinkly sphinx cat hanging
It's
between your
more.
legs.
I just shave it all off, and then I'll let it grow back. I don't like it. It can grow fine. It's easier to shave it than trim it.
No, it's not. That's absolute
not true.
bullshit,
No, for
bro.
me- no,
Pair of
I-
little trimmers, do the
I don't
top,
have
trim
little
it
trimmers,
down,
but
and then smooth the balls.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
pretty easy.
with a
No,
razor.
I don't have a-
I'm
have
with
the
you, Jeff.
trimmers.
I will shave the balls and like the shaft, but I have like a fade on my dick where it's like the pubes area is like I have the pubes.
Do you
on top.
have it like you know how like black guys get their hair cut like
Yeah.
kind of fading in and
Yeah,
then they draw
lined
the
up.
line and they get
Yeah.
the white get nice.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
lined
get
up.
your balls lined
I'm
up?
lined up, dude. Yeah.
That's fucking glorious.
But I don't shave any. That's the only thing I shave. Everything else, he gives me shit because I have chest hair, and he's like,
Not
"Why would
much.
you shave it? It looks awful." I'm like, "Well, it's not that
Well,
bad."
this is actually very.
Your chest hair looks great.
Thank
Even his
you.
stubble is very long for him. Alex,
But he trims
yeah,
it.
he trims shaved it.
Yeah, well, look, shaving the chest, I can understand it. You
Yeah.
work out, you want to show off your development, blah, blah, blah. I get that. But this can I just say, please stop shaving your entire... No, I'm telling you this as a dude,
I don't have-
right?
well,
I'm
the-
sure any female who watches this podcast, comments below.
Yes.
He should stop shaving the top of the fucking cock
'cause
as
in
well.
the-
Because, bro,
all
you
of
just
it.
look like a baby's dick. It's weird, man.
I've
Well,
never
then the
gotten
grinding.
complaints.
I feel like the grinding. You need like a little bit of hair to cushion the grind.
And if you have sex with a woman who's got a completely shaved vagina,
Perfect.
the friction burn,
Yes.
just from a technical point of
Yeah.
view, it's going to be
like
a little bit.
It's going to be like
sandpaper rubbing
Velcro. The two of you just,
Yeah.
you might start a fire.
Now I will say there's
could.
not a lot of girls now that have bushes or pubic hair, which is a shame. I actually like a bush.
Guess what? It's going to shock you to hear this, but all women have pubic hair.
No, I
What?
know that.
I know. Did you know they're not born
but
without
they
it?
almost do
women?
shit too.
They do occasionally. Shit.
But most girls default to just shaving it off.
No,
Laser.
that's not true. I don't think most women do. I think a lot of the women that you're fucking probably do.
See, if it was like,
Yeah.
like if this amount of hair was on a puss, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Like that, like not prickly, but like stubbly.
No,
I'm okay
I don't
with
like
that.
it.
Do you tell women that? Like,
Yeah.
if you have a
I take a
man's
picture-
face worth of pubes on
Yeah, I
your
take a picture of Jeff's face, and I'm like, I want your puss to look like
I want
this.
you,
right
yeah,
here.
exactly. There it is.
To quote Anthony Cumia, I don't want to feel like I'm kissing dad afterwards. Like,
Oh my god, the fact that you're quoting Anthony Cumia, I mean, is bad enough, bro.
it is
That's,
bad.
that's why you're not getting
It is
laid.
bad, but he's hilarious. He has some great
You
lines.
don't
That
like
was
a
one of them.
5 o'clock shadow on your on your ladies?
It wouldn't stop me, but my preference is not that.
Listen, let me say this. You're a grown man. You can make your own decisions,
course.
right? Okay, so I respect that.
would never stop
You want
me.
to trim that. But honestly, I think completely smoothing out all area of your genitals, especially because you've got hair on your arms, bro. You've
little
got
bit.
hair on your face, dude. Like,
little bit.
It's going to look super
Well,
weird.
this,
It's
usually
like,
I'm clean shaven. Usually clean shaven on the face, and then arms are the arms, and then.
Well, do you have a happy
Well,
trail
just-
or anything?
just
Nope.
like
the
all shaved.
ingrowns
All of it.
alone would
I don't get
like
ingrowns.
stop me from doing it.
I've been doing it for so long that I don't get ingrowns.
you don't get ingrowns. It's shaving the balls. As long as you use a razor and use thing and you do it properly, you don't get it. If you use
Yeah,
Nair,
yeah.
you don't get them. So you can like, there's
kinda-
ways to do it.
you kind of
Nair
bat
on your balls would
You
be a
bat
rough
wing it
one.
out.
I used to do what you do. I used to trim all the chest hair down. I used to trim up the hand a little bit because I didn't like how hairy it was. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I did all that stuff. And then I realized I'm a fucking grown man.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing any of that shit. And all I do now is maintain
Yeah.
the genital area. I maintain it and I trim
Upkeep.
down the underarm, actually. You said you don't do your underarms.
No, I do trim them every now and then.
You trim them. Because
Because it gets to
holds
the
on to
deodorant and
sweat.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
That one
yeah.
is a little too
I've never
much.
trimmed
I've
the
never
underarms.
done that either. It's not, well, you don't work out as hard as Jeff and I do. We work out really hard.
You know what I really want? I want people to just start sending pictures to the direct messages of
Yeah.
the Virzi Triplets
Send it in.
Instagram account when they post this clip, which they invariably will.
Yeah.
Comment below, first of all, should he stop trimming the entirety of his genital area,
of
but
it.
start sending through pictures of weird things that are hairless to their DMs because he runs the Instagram account. And I just want you guys to just show him what
my genitals look like.
with a little
completely
wrinkly.
shaved. They're completely shaved right now. So
Like
it
like
would be-
Rufus from Kim Possible.
I was thinking the
there you
same
go.
exact thing.
It's a naked mole rat.
Although, if you ever did start an OnlyFans account, the three of you together, you could be like the Island Boys. Have you not seen what the Island Boys have been up to?
We did see that. We
Aren't
did
they
see
like
them.
making out with
Making
each
out
other?
with one another, which apparently it's not weird because they said they're Muslim men, so Muslim men kissing each other on the cheeks is normal. But then
Well, no, they tongue do it.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but then they,
Muslim men
that's
aren't
what I'm
like-
saying is they actually tongued as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were, and I don't think Muslim men are walking up to each other just fucking sticking their tongues in each other's mouth.
kinda-
I'm
Yeah, they're
pretty
not-
certain they're quite anti that actually.
Yeah, I was gonna
in
say,
the
it seems-
Islamic kind of community,
Seems like the
or
exact
Islamic
opposite of what they usually
No.
are known for.
Super
But,
weird.
yeah, no. If we have a market to go off the deep end and do a lot of weird shit if we wanted
Fetish
to,
stuff,
but it's just not. Yeah, triplets it's a fetish for people.
Yeah,
It's
you
so
could just
weird.
be. You could oily. Well, I mean, he could definitely oil himself up easy. No hair to retain
already
it.
does, yeah.
No problem.
Oil yourselves up and play Twister. The three of you in just like pair of tidy whities each.
There's
that
a
would be
lot.
content that
Yeah.
would make money, and you're
Yeah.
still not technically doing anything just because a pair of freshly shaved nuts grazes across your lower back.
Sure. Yeah.
We-
We're
Is
just
that
trying to win.
Is it
Yeah.
incest? I don't
Nah.
know.
If we had no soul or no like dignity or shit, like we
Well-
could do all of those
well,
things.
you got no dignity. We've already established that. 'Cause
Well, here's the other
I
thing.
still have enough to not want to like do naked shit with my brothers. I'm holding
right.
on to some.
Here's
have
the
you
other-
ever wrestled?
Yeah,
Yes, but
yeah.
not
course, yeah.
naked.
Yeah, not naked.
There's a big difference.
But back in the day,
Is
they
there?
did do.
Because those outfits are you're basically naked in those
singlets?
little. Like, those singlets are pretty.
Well, here's what I will say though: we have a bunch of gay friends, and like they've thrown the idea by us as well, and I'm like, it would be like gay exploitation, pretty much. Like you're straight, but you're trying to do this all to make money off
Gay
of
for pay, it's cool.
Yes, yeah. Which I feel like is that's
That-
where you draw
that
the
part of
line.
it's
Not
weird,
this is
too.
my
For
fucking
whom?
brother.
For whom? Who's gonna? Yeah, you're upset. You're worried you're gonna upset the gay community because they're gonna go. They're not representing us fairly.
Well,
because
I
these
just
guys are
don't
not even
want to-
gay. He
I don't
won't
wanna
even
be
put the cock in
making-
his mouth.
I just want to be making money off them, where I'm like clearly
Oh,
exploiting.
I
their-
think there's a lot of gay men who would happily give their
yeah.
money
Well, you
to
talk- fair enough.
watch three straight
You're-
brothers
maybe
fuck
it's
each
a me
other.
thing. Maybe it's a me
It
thing.
is.
where
You're in the
I
wrong
just-
business.
I'm in the right business.
You're not queer enough. You're not on the queer spectrum at all. You're too
Yeah.
you're too straight. Too
Thank
overtly
you.
straight
I
to
appreciate
accept
that.
it.
I guess
You,
I don't
you
know
do
if
that
it's
with
No,
comedy.
it's not compliment.
You
I
make
think it's
money off
fancy
of
on the-
people that want to see comedy, and you're not,
Well, that's different. It's
Some
a
could argue
fair
that you-
exchange. I tell dick jokes and you get laughs.
I've seen the three of you do comedy together, and you're costing streams consistently, jumping on each other's bits. You come in there, that's how you do it. So there is quite, actually, your comedy is quite incestuous. A little bit.
There are
it
definitely.
is.
Well, it's hard to avoid if we're all doing. If we're on stage together, then we're gonna be jumping in and out.
So it's not that far a jump to go from that to taking the clothes off and just
clothes off.
setting up a camera.
I do
It's
think
only really 3 articles. Shirt, pants, and shoes. Like that's the only difference.
that's what
And
our
condoms. You should be safe.
I think our special is going to be called Incestuous.
Incestuous.
That'd
Yes.
be a good
When
name for
we
our
drop
special.
I mean, it would get a lot of clicks.
It would get
Oh, sure.
attention for sure.
It really would.
But then if we
You should
are
have the
incestuous,
Island Boys open up for you.
That would
that
actually
would be
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That actually would be worth doing. It wouldn't even. We
You
wouldn't
can
even
probably
do it.
hire them. They need money now. They're desperate. You
I
could
think
probably
they're
get
doing-
them for like
oh.
$500. I reckon you could
I think
probably
they're
get them
doing
to come.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Our buddy that does the OnlyFans stuff, he I think he has access to back end stuff, and he
I'd be
sees the
curious.
numbers.
I'd be curious to see.
He's
how
mentioned
much
it before. I don't know how much they're making, but it
We'll have
was
to
like
ask.
a surprising
I'll
amount of
text
money.
Bro, just because they're doing okay financially doesn't mean they're doing okay in life. They're tonguing
Oh.
each other.
Yeah, no, they're definitely
biological brothers, deep tonguing each
I
other.
would trade. I wouldn't trade what I have like a normal relationship for money. Like I wouldn't want to be like, okay, I'm going to make out Mitch and trade it for $1 million.
But what if you could be driving a Lambo tomorrow?
Okay, this is what we were talking about. Now
earlier.
we're circling back. So like
The
you were
cheap
talking about the
thing.
cheap thing, where it's like
Like,
for
if we-
me, my life wouldn't change. If I got more money, I would maybe have just my own place, but that's it. Like. No,
Yeah,
I don't buy a bunch of shit. I don't like my clothes aren't anything great.
If we got fuck you money, we would literally probably just be the
No,
exact
you
same.
need to have fuck him money.
Yeah, but like we talked about this, like Lambos and shit don't interest us. Like
Nah,
if I
me
were gonna
neither.
get a
I'm
new
not
car,
saying.
I would get like a truck. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
that's
a
never-
Ford F-150. Of
Yeah.
course you would, because he's blue collar. See, that's how they do it.
No, it's because that's what my
You'd be
dad
driving
drives.
around one of
and
those
what-
new BMW
Yes,
Beetles.
yes. No,
PW.
Prius. He was looking up a Prius today. Yeah, he was.
I just been in a casting.
I was looking. I am gonna get a new car, and I was looking into a hybrid, and I was going to get the
Tesla.
No, although I did think about getting one of those. No, it's a Prius Prime is what it's called.
Nice, yeah.
Rugged Alex and a Prius. Dude.
Super rugged.
Dude, they're pretty sick. They it's like
You
gas.
could drill some holes in the exhaust so it makes loads of noise when you pull up.
I hate cars that do that shit. I cannot stand
Those
the
cars
noisy
are crazy quiet. Like
Prius? Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Hollywood one time, and
You almost got hit by one yesterday.
I almost got hit by a Tesla yesterday.
He was stumbling out of the restaurant we were in, and a Tesla pulled up right in front of him. 'cause
Maybe
he
you
wasn't
need
looking.
to give up drinking.
I was, and then we visited a buddy yesterday, and I overdid it.
I'm glad we've explored this. I mean, like I talk about this stuff in the Comedy Spectacular. Like you got to explore what your sexuality could be. You got to look at the spectrum before you decide where you lay upon it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I know I'm heterosexual, but only because I really truly considered whether I could suck a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have taken that journey yet. I feel like there's still a lot of regressive heterosexuality. I'm not saying you're not straight. I think you probably, all three of you are. I just think you're scared about what you might discover if you really explored the possibility of not fucking one another, but, you know, like a hot friend like Jeff. He's got luscious long hair. He's
Well, I know
got
Jeff
beautiful
went to-
blue
Jeff-
eyes. He's got a nice body. He's long. You know he's carrying a little girth down there and a little
Yeah,
length.
sure.
So
Jeff, why don't you whip out the piece? See if we want to eat some of it.
Could you put headphones on your cock right now and have it listen in?
Yeah, I already have that.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
They're already
talking about hot boys we want to fuck, Matt Rife, we were discussing him, but
We were.
listen, do you want to get some clickbait material? Should we do this? You want to talk about this new Netflix special of his or not?
I have not seen it, but I'm
I
down to
haven't
talk
seen
about
it
it.
either. I don't mind.
I'd rather talk about your special.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
say,
we'll talk
all the
about that,
specials
yeah.
to talk about. Yours is the one.
Yeah, we can talk about that more if you like. I just thought it was a hot topic of conversation right now.
I don't like trashing.
And I think we had, at least based on our conversation prior to the podcast, we had a reasonably balanced outlook, which is
Yes, it was.
certainly joyful for anyone's success. You know, people who were shit talking him at the beginning are just jealous, you know, because they've been working at it probably as long as he has, which they didn't know.
they
Because
just
he's been
go-
doing stand up for about 12 to 14 years.
And then
he
they
was-
just go, oh, yeah, just because he's good looking.
just
or
because he's
whatever.
good looking, it's like, and he's had work done. No, it's not because of those things. Those things helped.
Oh, of course.
But those are business choices, you know.
Yeah.
He's decided I want to be part of the machine. I'm going to get little chin implants. I'm going to get
I
some
was
cheek
just
implants.
saying, I heard chin implant.
He's
I'm
had-
like,
he's had
it
some
makes
work
sense.
done, yeah,
Oh,
for
you
sure.
can definitely see the Botox, or I know there's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
where
yeah.
they like removes the fat from your,
Yeah,
so it makes
yeah,
your cheek
exactly.
pop.
The buccal fat.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That Tom Brady had that shit too. So
Really?
oh yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
I should get done. He looks great. I mean, like,
Yeah, Tom
Oh,
looks
Jeff.
sexy.
Yeah, but you look great
Tom's a
too.
sexy
see,
looking
I
dude.
told you. You guys have got to explore that
He's
spectrum.
working
You got
on
to
it.
see where you like. Because
He's
there's
working on it.
We're
thoughts.
pretty
fact.
As you're
vanilla.
shaving your chest in that picture of Tom Brady's on your wall.
I gotta be like him.
just like you, my nigga.
He's sucking his cheeks.
I've heard nothing of night. We've met a couple. We know people that have worked with Matt Rife. They've said nothing but good things about
Well,
the guy.
his best mate's Paul Elia, right?
Yeah.
Who's
Yes.
a fucking top dude. And like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
if he likes him, he's got to be a great guy.
Jax McQueen, also a good dude, a solid dude.
I'm not questioning how good a guy he is or how, and also even his comedy. If it's not for you, which personally not for me,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean it's not funny to an audience and a large audience. But the new Netflix special has been getting a lot of. Why I'm interested is because it's almost like when you see someone blow up and that successfully, that quickly, or at least perceived
You wanna
success
see
in
why.
a short period of time over the course of 8 months, going from unknown to
Gigantic.
stratospheric, selling out fucking huge
Theaters,
theaters and all over the country.
amphitheaters too. It's insane.
Amphitheaters. But then now the latest Netflix special, the problem seems to be is that whilst his target demographic are women,
yes.
he shits on women
Yeah.
throughout the special. It's just like, you know, my target demographic who give me all my money and buy all my tickets. Fuck you people. And I just couldn't understand the business thinking behind that. What do you
Yeah, I
think's going
wonder-
on there?
I mean, that's kind of weird because it's like, yeah, dude, this is like they're paying your bills and you're like biting the hand that feeds.
But why? Why do you think he's done it? That's all. Like, we understand.
I think why. I think there's guys that want to be some of the boys, but don't know how to be one of the boys.
He's been touring with Dave Chappelle. He's been touring with Shane. He's been touring with
Yeah.
lads, and he's like, I need to step
Even
up.
in like high school and stuff, you'd play sports or you'd hang out with kids that were like they only had sisters or they weren't one of the bros, but they wanted to be some of the bros.
You're describing my childhood. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's
cool.
like they don't necessarily. Sometimes they want to be like they're cool to hang with, but they
Yeah.
don't know how to like be one of the boys. Where it's like we
For
grew up-
instance, every time we see each other, you guys always going for a handshake, like the bro thing, and I
Yeah.
always hug you.
yes, you're a hugger.
Yeah.
do you think that's because you were around.
No, it's because I'm emotionally a little bit more developed and I have.
Our family was not huggers growing up.
We did not hug for a
it's
very
easy.
long time.
Tactility is not for everyone. You know, I'm only jesting.
Well, I'm a hugger now, but like we didn't hug. I think we just started hugging our dad like a couple years ago.
Wow.
So it's been like it
Was
was
easy
just,
on his way out? Was
no. Well, he had a
Okay.
heart attack.
He did have
so
a
that
big heart
definitely
attack.
helps.
That's what it is. No, but
changed
seriously, that's what it is.
That literally
Yeah.
changed. We never really said "I love you" to each other. Now I say it every time, but it was like
Good.
after that, it was like, "Yep, I'm glad it." I don't want to say I'm glad it happened, but it's like I'm glad that shift happened.
I encourage people on my Instagram this morning to tell their dads they love them because you never know how long they'll be here for. So you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
love them.
And then you know, especially 1 year after your dad's thing.
I
It's
know
like,
how miserable, isn't it? I'm just
I'm-
spreading that misery.
well, no, not miserable at all. It's you're celebrating it, but it's like we're very, very fortunate that our dad.
So we
you
could have
know,
lost him 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a pretty gnarly heart attack, so it's
Yeah.
like we're very lucky
Well,
that we
yeah.
still have it.
So
Well,
now
more-
you give him a little cuddle when you see him.
Yes,
We
we're
appreciate it.
definitely
Do you ever
much
sit on
more.
his lap and like just let him hold you?
Now,
He suggested oil. He suggested oil.
that's the only
Dad
fans.
Irish goodbye you from your show this week.
He did.
Yes, he did.
My dad came to our show at the brewery I was telling you about before. My mom and dad did.
Yeah.
And my dad just like dipped out. He like didn't say bye or anything.
In
But he saw
fairness-
the end of your set.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
he watched the whole thing.
And
But
then
in,
I- the
in
whole
fairness,
show.
Mitchell
And he
talked
was
about
so embarrassed. He got up
He
and
might have
immediately left the
Mitchell
venue.
talked about his spank bank from middle school or high school that he accidentally printed out in front of my mother. I did. I
Nice.
didn't
bring
realize.
some.
Dudes.
So it was like I think it was also awkward for them.
Well, listen.
It was awkward for your dad because he was sitting there with an erection the whole
Yes.
time.
Yes.
It's good. I remember those pictures.
Comedy's all about being vulnerable. So
Yeah, it
if
is.
they don't like it, too bad. But
I used to say horrendous shit in front of my parents at shows.
Yeah.
They used to come to all my shows in this little venue in Kensal Rise. When I first started, I set it up so I could meet other comics, and like
Yeah.
host some stuff. And they used to come to all of them. I used to just pour out all of our family secrets in front of them. They'd just be like, and then feel quite embarrassed afterwards.
well, that was probably this last set. We've been getting more comfortable with just airing our dirty laundry. So I think that's the first time they've
What do you
seen
think
it.
that shift came from? Why? Why you can't comfortable doing that now?
I think for us now, it's like every family has fucked up shit, but it's like, okay, we're more relatable if like we share our stuff because we're on stage as a family. So it's like if we're not
Right, I
sharing
get you, yeah.
we look like dudes that's like are a little mischievous that got into trouble growing up. So it's
Yeah.
like if we're not sharing that, then like you feel like you don't really know us.
And it's
Yeah.
he didn't want to talk about it. I literally made him talk about it. I
Yeah.
brought it up.
we will talk within our sets to each other. So like we'll pull the mic away and I'll be like, "Yeah, we got the light," or like. Sean like literally said to me, he's like, "We're going into the bit." I'm like, "All right."
Okay,
He said, "Not that
good.
bit."
Yeah.
Because there was 2 bits that we can go into for like teenage years, puberty.
Okay.
And we had ran the last story, or we'd run one of the stories before in front of kind of the same audience. So we wanted
Mm-hmm.
to do a different one. And he said, "Don't do that bit." So then I went into the other bit, which they hadn't heard.
Right.
And my parents hadn't heard.
That was great. We got 2 new great tags
got
out of it.
Yeah.
Also, we're way more. We used to be very, very like structured. Like, okay, we can only talk about this, but now we're having way more fun on stage, so we're willing to let it go off the rails.
You have to, yeah.
Yes.
But you boys don't do drugs, do you?
No.
So you would have done that in comedy earlier, I think, if you did drugs.
Oh, probably.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
you did a great job in the second half of your special on it. You were.
I was high in the
Yeah,
crowd work
yes.
section.
But
Very,
you were
I was
so-
pretty high.
You know what's funny is you actually had in your special. You actually had I'm not saying you stole it or anything. You had the same exact thought process with one of your jokes that we have in one of our jokes. Literally the same. The hacky sacker thing.
The hacky sack
The
balls?
same exact thing.
What guy's old balls
Yes.
go down?
Hacky
Right.
sack. Act out everything. It was the
I
same
think.
thing.
Oh, really?
I know you didn't. You've never seen us do it or anything like that. But I'm
I
like.
haven't, but I apologize.
No,
yeah.
not at all.
no.
I was like, oh no, that's literally just like dude brain. It's like long balls. Like,
Long
it was-
balls playing hacky sack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like it's
I was just
kind
like,
of
yeah.
old school.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I wasn't breaking the reinventing the wheel with that one.
I mean, neither do we.
would've
It's
yeah.
dick jokes, but it's like, okay, we were like, oh, that's funny.
Hey, that's my bread and butter, dick jokes. How dare you? That's how. I
But
make
you did do a phenomenal job. Just like I told Alex, I'm like, because we watched it individually. So Alex watched it first, and I watched it the most recently.
watched it first.
Your hive mind can only one can watch it at a time. Otherwise, it gets overloaded.
Well, we
if
just
all
didn't
three of
want.
you
We
doing
wanted
the
to give you
same task.
3 different views,
No, I like that.
and then also
One of you's dealing with admin and writing bills and emails, whilst the other one is enjoying themselves, whilst the other one is
Yes.
feeding, and then you have
Yes.
to rotate that.
pretty much.
Yeah, I like it.
One, if it's all 3 of us watching, it becomes a film session where we go, okay, you could, it's like what can we take from that? Like, what idea is he getting there?
Technically, I took from you though. Apparently,
No, not at all.
No, you
I
didn't.
can't believe I stole your hacky sack bit.
not at all.
But no,
I
I was
actually
just
stole that from Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson.
Okay.
They're most famous for the
Yeah,
hacky
it's not
sack material.
Yeah, it was just something we did, and I'm like, that's
That didn't land at all, did it?
Just mowed right through it.
All right.
But I was gonna say,
Alex is really here trying to promote your comedy spectacular, and then he's
I
just
saw
like, "Oh,
that,
you
yeah.
stole this is where you stole our joke. This is where you stole our joke."
no, I'm saying it was so funny that we all had the same. We're
I did
all
that whole
hilarious.
segment about being a triplet as well. That
Yes.
was which-
you entered the hive mind for a second.
yeah.
Well, no, I
I
love that
became
bit.
part of you.
What I was gonna say is you did such a great job, like holding the audience attention.
Thanks,
like
man.
you did such a
Truly.
good. Where I'm like I was like waiting on your every word, and then you just whipped it around with the dick joke. I'm like, I should have known that was coming, but especially in the crowd work set, you did such a good job. with
Thank
that.
you.
But also the material is great too.
I like there being moments. I think there is room for moments in comedy where people are not laughing, as long as it's building towards a big release.
You do a very
of
good job
laughter.
holding the tension.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're just so personable and likable that it's like, all right, keep talking. And then when you like take your time and pace through it, it's like,
I'm glad you think that. I don't think everyone would have described me as likable and approachable at first. I mean, because I'm tall, and I certainly have the aesthetic, at least, of a fuckboy, even if I'm not one.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of like a peacocking on stage, the outfit, the ring,
Yeah,
all
we
that
have
stuff.
just one
It is-
button
it
on
is
your shirt.
flamboyant.
Only one button done up, basically. Yeah, barely covering my my belly button. But
Yeah.
But I think
Once you start
that's
talking,
why
though.
that's why I talk so transparently
Yeah.
within my stand-up, because that's how I let people empathize with me. That's how I let
Yeah.
them know, like, it's okay, I'm approachable, by going, I'm fucked up.
yeah.
I got issues. Don't worry. I'm not living a great life. It's like there's a multitude of things that I'm working on right now.
Yeah, when
And let
Alex-
me discuss those in a funny way. Hopefully.
When Alex said, "Oh, what do you think of his special?" I'm like, "It's just so Jeff." That's like
So Jeff.
it's you. It's like a
great.
perfect embodiment of your energy and like
And I also just
creativity.
haven't done it the way anyone else has, you know,
That's
like by
what I
having
liked.
all these different elements in.
Yep.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I wonder whether that's a. There's always been a part of me that likes to. I don't like following rules, right?
Clearly.
Not moral and ethical rules. I don't mind. I'm very on board with those. Treat
yeah.
people right, etc. Blah blah blah.
But creatively.
creatively, if someone goes, this is the way you do it. Like, so even the release of a special. All right, you have to go and get your agent to pitch your shit to some networks, and then they go to the networks. You'll take a few meetings, and maybe Netflix will offer you 50K or maybe 100K if it's great, and for your debut one, and they're going to tell you what to put in, and they're going to cut this out, and
Yep.
it's going to have to be just stand up, and it's going to have to run in this way, you know, like all of the other things. So when I hear shit like that, I'm like, I don't want to do any of that. Fuck
Yeah.
that. I want to make it exactly the way I have it in my head and I picture it, which is this ongoing story throughout. Those of your listeners who haven't seen it, which I imagine is most of them, it's like,
Please go watch it, by the way.
thank you. Yeah, please do. Jeff Leach Comedy Spectacular on YouTube.
We'll link it in our YouTube.
It's got about 300,000 views in 3
Yeah,
weeks.
man.
It's doing
Yeah,
all
they're
right.
doing
It's
well.
good. It's legit. People are enjoying it. So go
awesome.
and check it out. But it's it's got this kind of story, this arc, which is really trying to speak to two groups of people. One, anyone who's ever lost anyone and felt unsettled after losing that person. So not really knowing how to rebuild themselves or to. And then also anyone who's ever been in a rut, which I think post-COVID, I feel like most of the world can relate to those two
Everybody.
things, losing people
Definitely.
and being stuck in life and not really knowing where to go next. So I have this conversation with my own ego and the ego death
Yes.
over the course of it. There's an animated segment where I voice all the characters. There's a rap music video. There's a dance track at the end.
Yeah.
It's meant to be like all these different things. But I actually don't know if that I would have had. This is what I'm trying. This is what I say when I'm trying to work out: is it possible to create the art you want to create and still have mainstream success, doing it independently, doing it differently to whatever's popular?
I think it's
It makes you
tougher-
stand out.
I think it's getting
Potentially.
easier now. I think with comedy, it's hard because you're relying a lot. But the fact that they now open, TikTok and all these other platforms allows people to make their own content. Matt and Trevor Wallace and Matt Rife are both
Perfect example.
good examples of like, okay, they didn't. Matt Rife had some success, but Trevor built all of his on his own. He
Yes,
built all the
yes.
platforms Trevor built on his own, and
I get the impression Matt had some success with some YouTube, with some TikTok clips and his TikTok
Yeah.
following, but also he was
on a couple little shows.
He
and
also
stuff.
had some backing. There's someone put money into the promotion of those
Yeah.
videos.
Oh, sure.
Like, because I know that's true. I just know it's true.
Yeah.
I know it for a fact it's true.
Even at the
Has
worst,
to.
taking a Trevor Wallace where he's like, he built it all up. He posted his own videos. He was doing all that stuff. So for him to go and eventually get picked up by Amazon and then put out a special, it's like, but Trevor had built all that himself. So I think there is room for a
Trevor's
lot of-
also naturally very good at stand up. Like
Yeah, Trevor's great.
I've watched him live and I've seen his specials and he's He's good. He's like
Yeah.
he's a good comic. He writes a great joke.
Yeah.
And he also does great sketches. So that's why. But also, he doesn't look like a fucking god, a Greek god, which is why everyone in the comedy industry has made it easier to go like, all right, well, this guy's a little funny looking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's kind of got, he's kind of got like tall and
handsome,
thin
but
and,
handsome but goofy.
Yeah,
He's not a bad looking dude, but he's still got a good job.
What I liked
Yeah,
a lot about
exactly.
your special was you split it up and it was different. It's definitely like you touch more on like your like the personal experience going through your dad and your best friends.
Sure, yeah.
But it's like I like that even at the bare minimum that you split up sets.
Mm-hmm.
I like that you went, hey, here's 25, 30 minutes on just written, scripted stuff.
Yeah.
And then having
And then there's a 15-minute crowd work section at the
yeah,
end.
that's great.
I
That's
wanted
awesome.
I wanted it to be a showcase. The whole point of it is because I don't have big fancy agents. You know what I mean? I got a voiceover agent who's
Yeah.
amazing, but I ditched my agent. I ditched my manager 4 years ago almost now, pre-COVID, and never replaced them. And so I was like, I need to put something out that kind of showcases to the industry. Here's what I can do on my own, like literally writing it, directing it, producing it, performing it, recording the voice,
I say-
helping write the music, like.
When you did the credits at the end, it was literally
Everything.
just Jeff Leach, done by Jeff Leach. It was like literally everything was done.
But working with some other talented people, like the animation was done by an amazing young animator. One guy did all of that animation. He did
he
it
did
all,
a great job.
and he did it in like under a month. He did all of it, which normally
shit.
would have taken like months for that stuff. He did it to a really tight budget. Amazing, Reese Chapman. He worked on the Cuphead series, you know, that video game that turned into an online
Yeah, yeah.
series. He did all that. Yeah, like the audio was done by Emmett O'Malley, who's an amazing mixer and music producer. You know, the music tracks were done by Onin and Baby Winch. So I work with talented people, but what I realized with a project like that is you have to be involved at every single process. If you want it to be as good as you can make it, you have to sit in every single editing session, every single fucking...
It's work.
I did it every single one.
work,
Every single one. So even though you're hiring other people, you still have to be there and be present.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I think maybe that I've been every person from the industry who has seen it, whether they're casting directors, agents, or publicity and PR reps,
Yeah.
they've all said, "Why didn't you just sell this? Why didn't you sell this to Netflix?"
Still could.
Like you could. Well, down the line, what post-release?
Yeah,
You can
Schultz
sometimes
did it.
6 months afterwards.
Schultz did
Oh
it.
yeah, you absolutely
Yeah,
can.
needs to get 1 million views, I think, for them to
There's,
consider that.
just like you said, there's no rules on it.
Yeah, you're right.
Someone could go, all right,
We got offered. I actually had an offer on the table, and I had another repeat meeting to potentially give an offer, and I just decided to go against it at the time. And the reason is one, the audience who helped raise some of the initial funds. So I had a fan base that raised like maybe $28,000.
amazing.
And I spent about 3 times that of my own money since on the... No, for real. That's
Yeah.
what it cost. Because I went back and reshot stuff after my best friend killed himself. My dad died in 3 weeks. I was like, I need
Jesus
to
Christ.
do different things with this, you know? I went back and reshot 3 parts of it, re-scripted it. But every single one of those people has gone like, just go and take it to a platform. But they would have offered me less money than I fucking spent on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't need your money. And then where's it going to go? It's going to get buried on a platform amongst a million other fucking identikit specials.
Yeah.
So no one's really going to know that this is different and has all these different elements
Yeah.
to it. They're going to think, oh, it's just another dude, 5 minutes at the top, and then 45 minutes of stand up, and then some credits at the end, you know? And then, and also we were in a strike, man. And these
Oh, yeah.
motherfuckers don't want to pay talent for doing their work.
No,
So
they
why
don't
would
wanna pay
I? Why
anybody.
would I sell you something that's taken me a year and a half and many years of work to create?
Yeah. To get lowballed at the end
To
of
get
it.
lowball,
Yeah.
and you don't even want to pay people. Like it didn't make sense for me.
You know what I think is funny? It's funnier to me if Jeff Zanizek over here had to do a special like yours where it's going really deep and emotional and stuff.
Introspective.
Hearing Jeff have to do an introspective special would be, all right, yeah, bro, like,
Tits are cool.
sometimes tits are like small and sometimes they're big, and like they make me happy.
Jeff, you're gonna talk shit about you?
Unbelievable. I can't believe he's oversimplifying your entire comedy career down
That's
to
literally
breast-sized material.
No,
That's
it's
just-
100%.
It's not that. It's that Jeff has the same internal monologue as me. I feel like we're both like caveman.
No.
We're just like full balls,
I know.
full stomach, empty balls. We're simple men.
Full balls.
Yeah, dude.
Full
That
stomach,
was
full
that was
stomach,
an
empty
interesting
balls.
little Freudian slip
Well,
there.
I do have full balls.
He's on full balls right now.
He's not
a
jerking
month
off.
of retaining semen.
And there we go. We talked about art for 5 minutes. We brought it all the way back around to your guys'
we can't get
depths.
too
That's-
depth. We can't have too much depth.
Are you pro?
Why not? Why can't we have some depth? See, I think there's humor in that. The more you go
All
in
last
deep and
week.
you start really digging into it and start looking at it. Like, I want to do a whole comedy special on
I
grief. I
think he's afraid to go deep and do a deep dive into
don't have
himself.
deep
Well, we
dives.
just
I tried.
always-
I did it last week.
You boys
we
should
can-
take mushrooms. Didn't we discuss this
We
last
did
time?
last time,
I want to do it.
And I
I want
do
to do
it
We
it with
said
you.
that we should all go away
wanna
and
do it
take a
with you.
hero dose. I'm talking like 5 grams each.
You said
at
Joshua
least.
Tree.
Yeah, we'll
We
just
would
go.
go to Joshua
Literally,
Tree.
we'll take some cameras and we'll go out to a fucking Airbnb in the woods,
Oh,
and we'll like get high.
Hero's
then-
journey?
and we can like all sit out amongst the woods and like it'll be hilarious. We should all sit there shirtless and just in like little loincloths and just round a fire. We'll build a little fire. We'll make it very shamanic and
First
and
OnlyFans video right there.
There you go. And we'll sit around and then we'll talk about our feelings and about our lives and stuff. It would be hilarious, bro. There would be some great
Listen,
stuff.
I'm down.
But
I'm
it could
down
be
to do it
healing
too.
for you guys as well.
Well, that probably won't hurt either. But like for us, usually anytime anything goes deep, we're shitheads, so we just find a joke and
Yeah,
just,
but you can't. This is what I'm saying. When
But
you
if we're
take
on
that
the
amount of
journey-
if we're doing the
shrooms,
journey- no, if we're
it
doing the
kills
journey-
it literally severs you from your ego. So
Yeah.
you all of this identity that you've created, which by the way, everything you're doing, walking around, it's all identity that's created. You're not any of this stuff.
yeah.
For real, even you guys were given an identity before you even started, which is your triplets.
Yeah.
That's an identity that for the rest of your life you will be bound by this thing.
We say
And that's-
marketing tool rather than identity.
Sure,
it's a
absolutely.
marketing ploy for sure. We use it.
For real, though.
It is.
Like all of it. The aesthetic is an identity. Your name is an identity that was given to you. You didn't even pick your names. Do you know what I mean?
So we're
It's-
not really being ourselves. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is there's probably more of yourself inside of you that you have never even A, recognized, B, ever what?
I said this last week.
Oh,
this
really?
this was a lot of the shit I was trying to say last week.
Yeah, Alex, you're not shaved ball guy, all right?
Yeah, you don't need to look like
I like
that.
how Sean goes, I was trying to say all this last week, and then he literally just 2 minutes ago just says, yeah, I'm just a simpleton, full stomach, empty balls.
At the
Literally
surface, at the
just-
surface, I am.
No, that's at your depth. Is
no,
that?
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I think that is surface. Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with you. I agree with you. I just think he's a little bit further along in his journey.
Yes.
You look. You're like I don't want to come across like I'm shitting on you in any way because
No,
you're
please.
very handsome. You're
Thank you.
talented.
Shit
You're
all
cool,
over
He did
me.
accuse
you're
you
a
of
nice
joke
dude.
theft. He
But
did.
I do
I
think
did not. I did not.
he did. Yeah, he
No,
really did. Like
he did.
tried to claim
We had
it.
similar
Elongated
prices.
testicles, hacky sack references. The fucking Virzi triplets joke.
I'm not saying it's ours.
We had it on the special in
Not at all.
1929.
He
No,
should
no.
get an extra gram of shrooms just for that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying our
exactly.
ball humor was.
But here's the deal. Even the fucking body hair trimming, I understand, like, I trim my shit now for hygienic purposes.
Yes.
Like, so I trim down a little bit around the genitals just to make it, like, cleaner and nicer and, so it doesn't hold on to musk of when you're walking around your pants sweating all day long.
Yeah.
But also, same with the underarms. But the rest of it, I stopped doing that because I realized I was doing that to present a fucking identity that, A, isn't me. It's not even my real vessel. Like, my body grows hair, dude. That's what it is. And there's a bunch of women who like that.
So you're saying
That's cool.
Alex is not? He's shaving because he's not himself.
He's shaving because he wants to appear. I'll tell you why you're shaving. I
like-
already know.
I like the
because you're a
aesthetic
little
of it.
insecure about your aesthetics.
Not at all.
No, of course you are,
I'm
bro.
not.
100%.
Why do you work out so much?
Bro,
Okay,
you
first
are.
off,
dude.
You're
'Cause I like to eat
you're
like
in this
shit.
industry. Everybody is a little bit insecure. You're already not being genuine by saying you're not insecure. Everybody's a
think I
little
am.
bit insecure.
Didn't you guys get your fucking hair done as well?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, that's fair.
an insecurity.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right. So there's literally physical
Fair enough.
elements of
That's a
yourself
fair
where you've
point.
gone, I'm not happy with what my body is naturally doing. And so I want to
give you
change
that.
that for what? To make yourself happier? Does it make
I think
yourself happier?
It honestly does.
It
Having,
does.
I wish
Having
if you
hair
saw
is amazing.
Sean's hair
You've had
beforehand-
hair your whole life. You've had
Sean's
beautiful
hair
hair your
before
whole
this.
We've
If
had
you
to
saw
earn-
his before picture, I wish you could see how happy
We can
he
put
was.
it on
No,
the
no,
screen.
but I have, like, for instance, I told you, I think last time I was in here, I scratched, like, so I had that trichotillomania thingy where with anxiety, I'd scratch, and I have scarred
pull
my
this up yet.
scalp a little bit. I would absolutely go and get some follicles put into the area that I have, like, thinned the hair by scratching, but that would be literally like all right, well, I want to return myself to my natural body state.
Sure.
What I do with my body, I don't know. I feel like you have
can
to
you
just
pull
be
this
more
up?
This will
accepting.
be.
What are we going to show
This
here?
is a photo
This
of
is-
Sean
this is-
before the hair
This is
transplant.
before and after, is it?
This is the before picture.
That's a.
That's Sean before.
That's the worst fucking picture in my. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I look
You're
like
just that
I look
one-
like a retarded Al Capone.
You're
You
telling
look more
me
like Winston Churchill, if you're I'm honest. That fucking bonds a little bit.
it's a little live video.
Damn. Wow. And you just hold on to that video so you can just
Alex
say,
has all the black.
I have the
now.
archive
but,
of all
but
the-
it just shows. Look at his hair now. It's beautiful.
His hair's much better.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, of the three of you, his
looks great.
like the
His
I
looks
needed
great.
the most work. He needed the most
most.
hair. Well, I think what you were trying to say is that there's just a little tiny crying boy inside of Alex that needs to come out. I think that's what you were getting at.
No, I was saying that I think that the identities we create for ourselves based on all these fucking prerequisites. Look, Hollywood, if I want to be the biggest if I want to be Matt Rife, I should not have released my special myself. I should have gone and fucking sold it to a network. I should have gone and got a couple of agents. Should have should be doing those things. I should write my 5 minutes that I've been told to write for Jimmy Fallon for the last 3 years. Write your 5 minute clean and go and do Jimmy Fallon, blah, blah, blah. Go and get promo that way. I should never speak truth on any social media platform of any kind whatsoever. I should pay someone to do all that shit. I should only upload videos and photos where I look my best. I should go through every photo and make sure my skin looks perfect and my hair looks so. Even I commented, God, I wish I covered my skin up a bit today because it's got some blemishes.
We do think you're very brave for coming on the podcast the way you look today.
We look in this shit.
Hashtag no makeup,
But it's
no
all
filter.
right. I'm wearing the chain to establish that I'm wealthy enough that it doesn't matter that I look this bad because I have
insecurities are on every finger that you
physical
have.
wealth, which means what? Nothing. Once you're fucking dead, you're not going to sit there and go, God, I'm glad I had all that money. Doesn't make it. This is the point I'm making. The more and more you strip things back, you can go, all right, when I get up and I'm putting on a necklace like this for a thing like this, why am I doing that? Am I doing it because I want to show off? Yeah, a little bit, but I've accepted that. I also think a part of me is a bit of a show off.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I like peacocking. I like dressing up flamboyantly.
I mean, we perform. Everybody in this room performs, so it's like,
But you can be honest about it. There's
I
three
guess
ways
so.
to be. One is you don't give a fuck about any outside things, and your identity becomes more and more and more truthful to who you really are,
Yeah.
what really makes you happy. I don't think most people in entertainment are happy. I don't think
agree
being
with
in the
that.
entertainment industry makes most people happy. I think it makes them deeply fucking self-loathing. It means you're constantly putting yourself up against other people. You're constantly being told how you're not right the way you are. So you better get the hair done. You better shave the thing because you can't look like an older dude. I also think you want to appear younger as well. That's another part of it. The
He
shaving.
certainly does.
Well, I
It's
will
a
say,
youth thing.
when you're triplets, we age like milk. So the old triplets is not as charming.
Is that
as
because you only had a
hot-
third of the placenta juice each?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you literally have to work 3 times as hard to maintain your
we had to share the
your
nutrients.
youth. Damn. Yeah.
So, but also, just old triplets is not as appealing as hot
But
young.
who-
But
doesn't
who
sound as
says
cool.
that?
But
you
who's
guys are
old? Who's
projecting
old,
that.
bro? How old are you?
31.
31.
That's the point I'm making. Like 31 is super fucking young. You're not even through a third of your life yet.
think
Your lives,
he's the-
hopefully, and you're healthy, guys. So
This
you're
is the insecure one right here. This guy.
Oh, I mean, I'm the one that started.
Well, you're
stand-up.
projecting right now.
Oh, no, I'll admit it. I mean, of course I
Deflecting to
am.
him.
Yeah, everybody's insecure. I'm not denying that.
This is what I'm saying. Is it possible to really be? This is the comics that I respect and admire the most, the specials that I love the most. These people weren't the hottest person. They weren't the fucking the coolest person. They weren't hanging out with the celebrities. They were just the best at telling honest stories from their lives in such a way that it made other people relate
Can we get
to
a
it
couple
and
names
laugh.
just so we know where to gauge it from?
Yeah, sure. Carlin being an obvious one. And Carlin, even himself, went through multiple changes.
Yes,
he
he
did
did.
play the game when he was younger.
Early Carlin, was-
Early Carlin did try and fit to the boxes.
Yeah, true.
And then when he realized it was making him deeply depressed, he broke away from that. And that's when he started to find more mainstream success or found his audience, He even changed when he got to a later stage in life. I think it was a famous Letterman interview, or was it Letterman? One of the famous hosts was interviewing him and saying, your comedy seems to have taken on a darker path. And he said, yeah, because I've been living my life thinking that I could change other people's perceptions with my comedy, that I could heal the world, educate people in ways that... And then I realized that's not my fucking job. I'm not here to lead people. I'm just here to point out what I'm seeing and to make fun of it. And if other people can see that and can laugh at that and can take something from that and be changed by it, great. And if they don't, that's not my job.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I realized that.
That's
Like,
why
you
you're-
can't save the world, man. You just got to...
Well, that's why I said your special was just so you.
Yeah.
It's like you can't really compare it to anything else.
It's the
'cause, like,
first piece of thing I've made that I think is really me. And
is.
hopefully everything ongoing will be like that.
You should be very proud of it.
Thank you,
You
man.
honestly
I
should
am
be.
proud of it.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad it's had so much success.
Thank you.
And I'm glad you're, a Times Square model.
I'm a Times Square model now.
You've made it on the big screen over there.
I've done it.
It is 202. I want to make sure that you have
Yeah, I'm all right. I got a couple few more minutes.
We were getting close anyway.
We were getting close, but what a way
We're
to
at
wrap
about
a
an hour
podcast.
mark.
Yeah,
that was it seemed like a crescendo.
Well, nothing wraps up a podcast in a more perfectly seamless way than pointing out that it's probably about time to do it. Nothing keeps that energy.
Really just
we could have finished on a big joke or a big
diving into a
moment
really deep
where you're
conversation
like,
about the art and us and how
we've all got places to be.
Yeah,
so
so it's like
this is DVD extras. Let's
this
do another
is-
10.
this is him
Let's do another 10. Let's wait until we get to one of those hilarious moments again, and then off the back of that, we'll go. What a place to leave it, guys! Check out the special.
We want him to. Can we crack that shell?
See, he's even
This is him
concerned about
projecting.
that. See, he's like
More projecting.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're too anxious.
Not at all. I was being considerate of anything.
You are being considerate. I do appreciate you, but
because I know when we go into like a meeting,
you're not
or something,
considering that I'm a consummate professional and
That
already
is true.
knew that
It's
there's
true.
going to be a moment that works where we could
Well, you did
you're
steal
going
through a
show.
lot right now.
No good.
stealing your material. Of course, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he
no, I
did.
mean for real, man. I think that this is it. This is the ongoing like search for fucking more truth in comedy, which I know sounds a little like a platitude,
Talking
but
to us about finding truth.
I was going to say we are known for, we are known truth tellers. That's how people would describe us. They say when they think
absolute
we
horseshit.
want the truth, they think Virzi
We
triplets.
are-
That's what they.
what's the personal truth you're trying to find, man?
the personal truth?
Is 2 inches enough?
I guess I mean probably for me, I would say like the purpose that makes me feel like happy. Like that would be the personal truth.
being with your brothers isn't enough.
I do like working with my family. It can be
that's
annoying
the
sometimes.
identity speaking right here.
It can
We're
be
not-
annoying sometimes, but like something that we're a trio, but there's you yourself. That's what
Yeah.
you need to dive
You're
into.
not going.
a
You're
little
not going exactly. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You're not going deep enough. I'll give you an example. Here's my personal truth. Nothing makes me more happy than being out in nature and digging fucking holes and planting trees and shit like that. That makes me really happy. The happiest I've ever been in a job in my entire life was when I was in New Zealand when I was 19 as a PE teacher. I coached a kids soccer team. That made me more fulfilled teaching kids a skill that made them have more self-belief because I got given the crap team,
Yeah.
the third team, the C team, you know,
Yeah.
and I got them into the next. They got elevated into
Nice.
the higher thing by the end of the year that I was there. They got new kits. They were wearing the hand-me-down kits. All of those little moments, watching these kids feel some strength, like they've been mocked by all the other teams and all the other kids, and now they were as good as them. That is more fulfilling than any fucking stand-up show I've ever done in my entire life or TV show or anything. Being out in nature with my dog and running around and looking at giant sequoia trees or growing vegetables. Like I just pulled some limes off my tree that I grew and I put them in some water and I drank them and I walked around and talked to my plants about how great they're all doing. That was more fucking fulfilling and really made me feel more sense of achievement than getting a Times Square billboard. For real. So that's a personal truth that I'm currently struggling with because I'm trying to work out, do I continue making art? Or do I go and fucking teach kids something, a transferable skill, and go and buy some land, which I could do tomorrow? I've got the money now, so I
not
could go
both?
and buy that land and go and... Well, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to work out if I can do both things, because I do enjoy performing and telling stories.
Yeah.
But the pursuit of the mainstream success with it is the thing that fucking ruins it. I think for a lot of content creators, a lot of
100%.
artists
I would 100%
across the
agree with
board.
that.
And the more success you have, the more you are beholden to those rules and regulations of a fucking industry that just wants to churn you through it. And that's what I think Matt Rife has unfortunately become a cropper of. The need to release, the need to get it out. Right now we need the Netflix accreditation. He didn't. He needed to go away and spend another year working on different jokes and thinking about what he really feels about the world and himself and finding that depth and then release a special. That's what I think would have been more successful for him personally.
That is probably the least favorite part of it is the constant, like, not necessarily pressure, but the constant, like, okay, you have to post something or you'll get out.
always
of the
feel
outlet.
like you're
That is
catching
the
up.
worst. Yes.
So let's get that personal truth now. Let's try this one more time, right? Just it can be a one-liner, man. What's your personal truth, dude? Where's your truth? Tell us something that you've never said in front of your brothers or in front of the viewers before. Something that really...
Give me a look in the camera.
Yeah, look in the camera. Do it down the barrel of the lens. Something that's really true.
I like to come.
You like sex. You like fucking. Is that what you're saying?
I do like. Okay.
But
no,
the
first one,
scene-
too.
See, you can't even do it. You were given an opportunity to develop there, man.
I really
You were
wanted
about
to.
to say. You're about to elevate yourself.
You
All right,
have
let's
to
go
under-
somewhere where we know we're going to get an answer. Go.
I did.
Personal truth.
I did.
sorry.
I kind of did this last week, but I was
Sorry.
saying that
I had to do it.
some of the reason why I drank and some of the things I did is because I didn't have a lot of control over my life.
And
And there
by
are aspects of it.
by taking control in a way to actually lose control made you feel in some way
it was a way to put off some responsibility, but like even something like this where it's like we are a trio, that is kind of our identity. I give up a lot of my own personal identity to do this. And not that I don't want to do it.
No, but sometimes that weighs on you.
Yeah, but it's like you're also putting off a lot of yourself on the back burner. You're putting this forward.
Yeah,
Solo project is coming. Solo project. Go.
I love to see. But the other thing I was going to say is, I've always been a little more existential than them about it.
Okay, yeah.
They're gonna
He's going to say come. He's going to say come.
Alex will he'll laugh it off. He'll do his defense mechanism where it comes down to something. And then when you go to him, he's gonna be like, well, you got this meeting, so
Alex,
it's time.
You have an opportunity right now to reveal a personal truth.
He won't.
Let's go deep. No,
I don't.
Give him a chance. Well, first of all, you saying that is not going to help him do
Fair
it.
enough.
Yeah,
Alex,
give him an opportunity
I'm open to hearing it.
It doesn't
here's
matter
the
what
thing.
you are, because what you feel
Fair enough.
doesn't fucking impact him. That's the point I'm trying to make. Fuck these people. Fuck everyone else in this room.
triplets, so if he gets hurt, I do feel it. Jeff.
What do you think about quietly at night when you're sitting on your own and you're having a reflective moment, and that's something that you've never really done anything about, but you feel truly and honestly? One thing.
I think of all of us, I think I'm the most direct. I think as I've gotten older, I've been.
I didn't ask you what you are compared to them. I'm
hold on.
asking you for one personal truth.
I think I've been pretty honest about my personal truth. I think my goal purpose is always to. In my case, I want a TV show. That's the purpose.
There we
That's the
go.
goal.
So you want to be a host of a TV show.
No, to have it, right? Star, everything.
Right, there you go. You want to create your own TV show. What, a scripted comedy? Now
Yes.
we're getting somewhere. What is it?
Yeah.
A scripted comedy? Is it a factual? Is it a reality show? What is it?
This is all stuff I said last week. But yes,
All right.
it's going to be scripted show, comedy with us. We have a great idea that we
Cool. How much of the script have you written?
All of it.
It's done.
It's done.
You've written it?
It's done.
Why have you not pitched it out yet? What's
Well, there's
holding
a
you
big
back?
writer's strike. That was not
Now we're
ideal.
good. We're in the
we have
process.
we have
Okay.
a production company on it too, so we're okay. It's just a matter of getting ready. I think this is where I genuinely, truly feel we're at. We're at a point where if we hunker down for a couple
And
months,
just did a couple of kissing videos on OnlyFans. You could
Honestly,
really
maybe,
blow up.
yeah.
You could really blow up,
you're not
boys.
wrong. You're not wrong. I think if we tighten down the next couple months, really lock in some of our material, some of the clips, and
Right.
just deliver, I think everything's lined up ready for us to go.
Okay.
I genuinely, truly feel that.
Good. So make that happen over the next few months.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
No, that's you have to make that
Oh yeah.
happen.
No, I'm very aware of that.
Amazing.
They think I'm a nut job.
And
but
you're
I-
sticking with cum. Or look, both your brothers have just gone a little.
It's a
They've given a
plan
bit more
B.
depth.
No, I would say, yeah, I think I'm missing, like, I need some sort of fulfillment or like,
Are you lonely?
no. I think, well, it is kind of weird when you see, I am. I'll
talk
admit
to your
that.
big brother. What do
You
you
are
want with
lonely.
that?
Well, Yeah. we do
You
have
would like to be in a relationship?
not a
Well, that-
relationship. I just need to work on myself. We do. There is parts of us.
Why are you laughing at him? Why are you mocking him? He's doing it. He's doing it. He gave up booze. He's working on something.
I need to be
that's
more
awesome.
okay with being alone.
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. That's a very good point.
I didn't laugh at yours.
That's
better
good.
at that.
That was the right answer.
I'll say that after coming out of a relationship
I
for
was gonna
5
say.
years, I was okay on my own when I went into that relationship, which even though it's been heartbreaking, I was going to
Yeah.
marry this person, it's been a massive change. I'm definitely lonely at the moment in my house. I've got my doggo, thank God, but I'm like, I'm lonely.
I got mine too.
But I'm okay. I was okay on my own, and I will be on my okay on my own again. That's what I know, and I think that there's a lot of strength that comes from being okay on your own.
Yeah.
Going into things, it makes you strong for other people. Go on.
I would probably say, yeah, I definitely need to be better by myself.
Don't copy his.
I'm not. I think that's just. I mean,
Why is he so scared? Why is he so scared?
I think
of
that's
going
kind of
inside?
that's a general.
well, we don't
note
get
because
questions like this, so I have to think about
Exactly.
it. I'm not
and
scared.
you need more friends in your life. You're posing these questions because when you get deeper down to it, it's going to make your TV show even more strong. It's going to make that script even stronger. This is the point I'm making. Art is fucking better when it is lived and when it's truthful and it comes from a place of pure truth. Comedy is better when it comes from a place of truth. Hassan, unless you're Hassan Minaj, in which case, lie, and lie,
point.
and you will have a killer career.
Good point.
Jeff, where the fuck have these deep questions been? Why haven't you been asking this deep shit? I thought you were a fucking friend.
I just mediate while you guys fight each other.
There you go.
Maybe
There
you should.
you go.
Maybe you should do a little more. Maybe you should ask some questions. You you fucking
He's
Sasquatch oaf.
he's already inspiring the masses in other ways. He's his work with feminism. I've seen his podcast.
Can we hear something inspirational out of you? I would appreciate that as one of our close friends.
Could you ask him one of those questions?
Jeff, yeah. What's a personal truth that you don't really reveal to a lot of people because you might be scared of the perception, or you feel that it might not be the done thing within your industry or your career? What's something that's truthful about you that you would love to be able to live?
Why is Alex laughing so hard? What the fuck?
And Alex's was a goal.
Every answer in his head is
vulnerability terrifies him.
That wasn't a goal.
What
he said was just a goal. It wasn't a personal truth.
Every answer in Jeff's head is funnier than anything he's going to say to me.
Right.
I like to
hear it,
stereotype.
Jeff.
Now you're putting me on the spot. I gotta be hilarious. All the
No,
time.
Jeff,
you don't. Just
we want you to be
truthful.
open. We want you to be open and vulnerable.
Well, I mean, I think that's my thing. I would like to put myself more out there with my shit. Like, you know,
Really bold statement there.
more comedy.
Don't
and
judge
more
him. What are you-
Shit like that. I don't know. Well,
Why haven't you? What are you scared of? Rejection.
Yep.
yeah. I would say
Okay.
that's part of it.
I will. Can I?
I think that's what holds 99% of
see.
creatives back.
Can I say
I
something?
think
the fear
we're all
of
seeking
rejection.
validation, but sometimes we're afraid to actually get it.
Can
you go.
He did a set the other night at the.
That was a breakthrough moment.
Thank you.
I
That was
didn't
a
hear what
break-
he said.
Put your
but I
hand,
was
put your hand
talking.
on his
said he's
shoulder. Just touch
seeking-
him. Let him know that he was heard.
Hey, a lot of
talking.
people are seeking.
Oh, boys, there's no hope for you. Anyway, listen, if you want to see some depth that is in polar opposite to the attempts that we tried to bring out here, go check out Jeff Leach, a comedy spectacular, right now on YouTube.
Please follow Jeff. Check out his special. It was
Yeah, please
awesome.
do.
A comedy spectacular.
At Jeff Leach on all the social media accounts. Go check out my TikTok. We got 250,000 over there. We're going to be doing a load of live stuff over there
Dude,
as
you're
well.
killing it,
New
man.
sketches coming.
Yes. We're so happy for you, dude. So
Thanks,
happy for
man.
the success on your special.
And we will. I think we should do that hero's journey. I am open to doing it.
I
If
won't.
We will find
look,
a day.
If the viewers want it, what we should do is we should go out and do a special episode where we literally just drive out to the woods, the 5 of us, and we just
Grab some mics and
Yeah, I've already got the mushrooms ready to go, so we're set.
See, I don't think. I could be wrong. I don't know if I want my first time doing mushrooms to go like hero's journey.
Well, that's because
That's just-
you're
you could keep
scared,
it.
and you
Yeah, of
will
course
just
I'm
have
scared,
to
yeah.
overlook that for the price of the amazing content that will come from it. There you go.
Even then, we don't have to put the content out. It could just be something
Yeah. I
that
don't
we reflect
open
on.
I'm serious. Like, if we sit there and you fucking end up tearing up and shitting your pants
Almost
and like
certainly.
dealing with some trauma, that might not be appropriate material to put out on the internet
perfect-
anyway.
it'd
But
be
it will still be
perfect
good for you.
perfect.
and it will never be seen again after the live stream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, your brother will 100% have a video of it on his phone,
100%.
which he will use to demean and make you feel bad about
Absolutely,
yourself.
Jeffy Z, plug your shit.
Check me out, Jeff Zinasek, on all platforms.
Sweet. We're the Virzi triplets on all platforms. Jeff, thank you guys so much for being on the show. I hope everybody has a great
Jeff,
holiday.
Hey, when does this come out?
This will come out next Wednesday. So
All right, awesome. December the 2nd. Come
Yes.
and see me live at the Ice House in Pasadena, California. Jeff Leach and friends. I got Jamie Kennedy on the lineup,
Jamie.
Kate Kozzola, who else? Blake Barty, and who is my other comedian?
I forgot.
Scuba Steve Fury. It's going to be a great
nice.
show.
Oh, nice.
And you
Steve's
get
hilarious.
tickets at Ice House Comedy's website, so make sure you go and check them out. And then also in January 1st to the 7th, I'll be doing a residency at the Comedy Cellar in Las Vegas. If you're out
fuck
there,
yeah.
two shows a night, 7 and 9 p.m. at the Comedy Cellar, Las Vegas. So come and see
Oh,
those as well.
yes. We're going to be a
Thanks,
couple
guys.
weeks behind you on that one.
Okay.
But we do go to Vegas a lot. Thank
Perfect.
you guys so much. Please check out Jeff's special, Comedy Spectacular, on his YouTube, Jeff Leach, Comedy Spectacular. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great holidays. We'll see you soon.
We went deep. We went deep.
We went to. Wait, we're just about to talk about something right before Alex made that comment.